Why do I care so much about this place, you may ask? This place where I'm fortunate to live. I think back to my first experience of Carbondale and when I really felt like this was where I was meant to be. This was going to become my home. It was May of 2007. I wandered down valley from Aspen on a Saturday morning in search of a parade of the species. Little did I know that I'd find myself soaking up the sun, hanging in Soapers Park all day long with a bunch of great people. I have vivid memories of my feelings that day, a feeling of welcoming, belonging, and a strong pull to become part of this community. I knew this was where I needed to be. The Roaring Fork Valley as a whole is unique and special in many ways. The dynamic people, stunning landscape, richness of natural resources, and there are so many dedicated, passionate people invested in this place. People get fired up around here about just about everything. Whether it's the entrance road into town, preserved and conserved public lands, large corporations moving into town, placement of bike paths, education systems, use of public buildings, it just doesn't matter. There are always people in this community making and taking the time to be involved, to participate, show up, speak up, and be heard, sometimes resulting in strong-minded editorials and rather exciting town hall meetings. People here care so much for how this place, their home, their community, and their landscape is cared for. This deep caring stems from the sense of truly being an authentic member of the landscape and community. My surrounding landscape has tremendously defined and shaped who I am and what I care about. The story I live has been blessed with many different landscapes in the past 30 years, growing up among sandstone bluffs and oak hickory forests sprinkled with dogwood and redbud trees, lakes rich in smallmouth bass and catfish, karst limestone glades with tenacious red cedars pushing their roots into any soil they can get their feet into, while underneath caverns dripping with spring water continue to carve larger and longer tunnels and galleries. This was my home. The northeastern White Mountains, covered with blueberries, the elusive moose, and the laughing call of loons became part of me while guiding wilderness trips. Then the Blue Ridge Mountains' vibrant rhododendron flowers and the peregrine falcons sweeping across the sky from ledge to ledge contributed to my story as I served as a park ranger there. Canyon wrens invited me into the dark, deep Black Canyon, while on the rim, the largest flat-top mountain rose high above on the northwestern skyline. I cherished spending time down at the bottom, amongst the roaring Gunnison River, while rangering and living on the south rim. Dry, hot red rocks and sand, rabbit brush, agave flowers, angry, prickly, and pokey plants, condors, and mule piss-covered trails. I was a part of this place, and it became a huge part of me. The desert rivers, buried deep within canyons rich with ancient stories from those who came before us, those who considered these places sacred. They're still sacred. In the Cascades, terror and fear-inspired named mountains blanketed with glaciers rose high above Diablo Lake at the Institute's Learning Center where I lived, and below the peaks, deep, cold, turquoise glacial lakes, remnants of glaciers gone before us, while yellowing larch trees and mountain maples filled the autumn forests with vibrant color. Now I'm surrounded by tall mountain peaks, continually being carved and shaped by crystal-clear high mountain streams. These mountains, complete with rich, lush, purple, blue, yellow, red, and fuchsia blossoms, God's country for sure. All of these landscapes have become a part of my history and my story, and I have become part of theirs, leaving a part of me behind in each place. The ridge to my west, Thompson Divide, has also become a part of my story. It holds some of the most remarkable sunsets, hosts species of all kinds, including us, contributes spring water to our rivers. It's a part of our story. My landscape and my community create my story. Belonging to this incredible place creates an inherent obligation to love and care deeply for this place. My blood and heart burn to stand up and speak out for this place, my neighbor to the west. My actions are contagious as they ooze out of my skin and into the world. Watch out. If you alter or change a place, its story changes, much like an archaeological artifact, and that if you remove it from its exact location, it loses much of its story and significance. The same is true for an expansive area of land. As soon as its shape and personality are disturbed, tremendous amounts of its story are lost for generations to come, possibly forever, forever changing the story of the land and those who are part of it. I believe that having access to living in healthy communities with clean air and clean, reliable water sources is a human right and a social justice issue. I live and work for the betterment of all, not just those who can afford it, those who are fortunate enough to live upstream at the top of the watershed, but also for those who are at the drains, who receive everyone else's byproducts, those who are struggling just to pay the bills and feed their families, the heart and soul, regular people of the world, my community. These people live here among us in our community. sometimes hidden and sometimes not, and also they live downstream. We're all connected. We're all neighbors. Beginning with the snow up at Spring Gulch, the water begins on Thompson Divide and then flows downstream into Thompson Creek and then down the Crystal River. Then down the Roaring Fork to the confluence of the Colorado, then down the Colorado into Utah, Arizona, Nevada, California, and finally to Mexico. All the way until the river doesn't flow anymore in the dusty, dry delta where the river should meet the Sea of Cortez. Thompson Divide's water contributes to a river system that nearly 40 million people rely on. I care for these people because they're part of my community, my place and my story, just like the rest of you. Though I may never know them, the rivers connect us more than we may ever really know. And so I ask you to ponder, why is it that you care so much about Thompson Divide? Is it because the place has become part of your soul? Because you have formed an intimate relationship with it? You've realized its critical contribution to our community landscape as a whole? Thompson Divide has definitely become a significant part of my history and story in this landscape and community, which is now my home. What places have contributed to your story? What stories are you proud to tell? Those of tenacious spirit, passion, and a never-ending willingness to fight and stand up for your community and landscape? That's the story I'm most proud of, and you too are now part of it. Thank you.